Hello, and welcome to QuickBooks in the Real World. This is Marie Gibson, where I share how QuickBooks Online works and how it thinks and how you might think and how we can integrate those two thought processes, make sure that you get the reports that you need and deserve. And you take those numbers from the reports, you can fine tune your business, you can know what sells, what doesn't sell, what customers you should get rid of, which are your lowest 10%. Every year, we're going to be fine tuning our businesses. If you're a manufacturer and you have thousands of SKUs, which ones are you making the most profit on? So anyway, we use the software, QuickBooks accounting software, for a lot of purposes. But today we want to dedicate this session to reconciliations. And usually business owners don't do their own reconciliations. Now, you might be new and you're doing your own reconciliations. There's nothing wrong with it, but I really encourage business owners to do what they do well and let other people pitch in and help them out. So I'm going to share my screen. There we are. I'm using Craig's landscaping. This is our QuickBooks Online file. And I want to show you what the reconciliation looks like in case you end up with messy reports or in case you need to do a little bit of troubleshooting. So we'd actually go into banking, and let's say we were going to reconcile this checking account. And we learned that the blue is actually what is my balance at the bank currently. So Craig is overdrawn by $3,600. And what's in my QuickBooks is only $599. Now, I can go to the bank register, which is here. And this bank register is just a list. It's the old-fashioned, I'm going to open that window, but it's an old-fashioned register. We used to carry one around in our wallets, right? And so as we looked at that, we can see that here were some expenses, here are some bill payments, here were some deposits that were being made, some payments that were directly hitting my bank account, which I don't particularly care for. We haven't talked about undeposited funds. Maybe we have, anyway. But we'd have the sales receipt, and this is a payment going on. This is our deposit going on. This is payment. So we can see what's in our register. This is chronological by date. And so there's a big green button up here that's called Reconcile. And we're going to get started. It has a little video. The video is actually worth watching if you get confused on the technical point and click. Let's do it. And it says it's going to take time. Now, what you will find is there's a lot of messages in QuickBooks Online, and some of those will turn off. So we're going to reconcile our checking account. You should also reconcile your savings accounts, your credit cards accounts, your loan accounts. Those would be the major ones that I'd start with. Now, here, my beginning balance was $5,000, or Craig's balance was $5,000, and let's say that we currently have $7,500 on my balance that came from the bank, on the statement that came from the bank. And let's say that I'm going to have to start reconciling way back because I haven't reconciled for a while, which is common. And so thank you very much. It gives us some information. Thank you. Thank you. And so here, if I'm looking at my deposits or looking at my payments, I don't think this cleared my bank account. Yes, this cleared my bank account. And if I'm really looking at this correctly, which, gosh, I wasn't paying much attention. I must have been transposing my numbers, right? Sometimes we do. That would, our true balance is the $46.25. We had a couple of payments. We have a deposit, and I'm still $25 off. Now, you do need to go back through your statements then and make sure why you're $25 off. And you could say, oh, well, gosh, I did accidentally transpose those numbers, so I'm going to fix them. And now when I'm correct, I should be spot on. And we finish now. That just means that what happens is the balance that's in QuickBooks is exactly the same as the balance in your bank statement. That's all we're doing with a reconciliation. The challenge is the time lag, because once we send out checks, sometimes they don't all clear. Sometimes people don't run them to the bank to cash them, right? And so likewise, sometimes we put a deposit into QuickBooks and it's sitting in the back of a vehicle waiting to be driven down to the bank. We haven't gotten it there. There's a time lag. So just think a reconciliation means that if every single thing is cleared. Everything that's deposited is actually in QuickBooks. Everything in my my bank that I wrote checks for has cleared. If they both are all cleared, are my balances the same? And sometimes you will find mistakes in your books because you've forgotten something or you've duplicated it, or you'll find a mistake at the bank and you'll want to take that to the bank and get their attention, have them correct that. So thank you very much. Reconciling is not as complex as it looks, and I hope that this enables you to get her done. Take care, and I look forward to talking to you soon.